move on to claudillea. Um, so I originally, so I think I've talked about this before, but I lot I on this account, um, I watch a lot of music, so I get shown a lot of like musical performances and showcases. Um, I saw her performing on The Voice UK in a clip. Um, she actually has a playlist with her performances on The Voice UK. Because I think she was a finalist. I don't think she won. I think she was like top 3 in 2020, I think. But she's been putting out stuff on her own ever since. So I kind of figure we have to take a look. I don't know why, but I keep having to pee today. All right. I think this is everything on this channel. I guess some of these technically predate being on The Voice. But let's look at the official music videos. I might take a look at this acoustic too. We'll skip the covers. All right. I think that's most of them. So, um, yeah, I've only seen her performance on The Voice, at least one of them. I don't know if I saw them all because there's like 6 videos. So I think she did like 6 songs when she was on The Voice. Um, and from that, I got the impression she didn't win because I think there'd be like 8 songs for a winner. I don't actually watch the shows. I just watch the clips when YouTube shows them to me. Uh, but this is sort of like one of those cases where, even if you didn't win, you know, you got a lot of exposure out of it. You got to definitely keep in the industry, which is, what we all should want, because to even get into like the finals, you have to be like super talented. So yeah, and you don't, I have looked for some other artists, but not all artists. Like some artists get like a big contract, and so they can't like release things too much. Um, so they sort of fade away until they produce something that the labels want them to put out. Because, they'll sign like a label contract and it's like a 3 or 4 or 5 album contracts. And this has happened with several bands that I like. They'll put out like one record because this is in the olden days, okay? They'd put out like one record, uh, and then the label would just keep turning down all like the records after that because it wasn't what they were looking for at that point. But they're still in a contract for like 5 records. So you can't just, not produce something they're willing to publish. And that's the catch. Because you can have like 5 albums worth of material, but as long as the label doesn't actually put that out, you can't produce anything. Uh, I talk about, and I'm totally blanking on their name now. I've talked before though about a band from, oh yeah, I remember the name. There's a band that was called Biff Naked. It's like a 90s like late 90s era band, I think. But I loved some of their songs, and they got a bit of attention early on, and then they faded away because the label kept turning down all their subsequent albums. It got so bad that basically all the band members broke up, and it was very sad. Very sad. Anyways, let's get into her songs.
Sun comes up and makes my edges clearer. Oh. For too long I've run from every picture, avoided every mirror. But lately I wanna spend my time in the light. Oh my God, it's true. I'm dancing with my shadow, watching all my memories burn to a million pieces. Do you see me? I'm dancing with my shadow. Part of you are feeling me, but I'm alone now. 'Cause I don't need nobody but me. 'Cause I don't need nobody but me.
Okay. This is gonna be the harshest thing I'm gonna say about this, but whatever she paid for the production company that shot the video part of this, she paid too much. Too much. Because, man, visually, give me a camcorder and, like, a small, like, studio, and I could put something better together. Or at least match them. And that would be on the ultimate shoestring budget. So yeah, I'm not thrilled by the visuals here. Her singing though, I love her singing. She's another one of those light, airy voices, but rather than being like breathy or breathless, hers is like brassy. It would probably be the way I'd describe it. Yeah, I think that's the way I'm gonna describe it. I don't think there's anything else that I really want to say about it yet.
I've been dreaming in the dark with the silhouettes of loving. I was close to wanting the hurricane path, so I walked on this endless road, moving on my own. But lately I wanna spend my time in the light without you by my side. Yeah, lately I wanna spend my time in the light. Oh my God, it's true. I'm dancing with my shadow, watching all my memories burn to a million pieces. Do you see me? I'm dancing with my shadow. Part of you are feeling me, but I'm alone now. 'Cause I don't need nobody but me. 'Cause I don't need nobody but me.
Okay. So I I closed my eyes and that that made it so that I could like separate the music from the video because the video was not impressing me. I'll be totally honest. I already said this, but yeah. Um However, vocally this is a consistent pop song. Um and I think the song is not uniquely special, but I thought it was definitely a decent pop song. Uh, Not quite what I was expecting because, like, this video here that it's telling me about, the Queen of the Night aria, um, she was in the video. I think I'm probably was like 2 or 3 songs that I saw in The Voice. She was combining vocal techniques, just like I was talking about from Mafra, except that she was combining, like, pop techniques and, like, operatic techniques. In fact, I kinda feel we should watch it, but don't I I don't know if The Voice UK would get mad. I don't wanna have to, like, cover it in post, is probably the way to say that. Um, you know what? We'll take a little listen. I just wanna show a little bit of it. I'll do the extra editing work.
Der Hölle Rauch guckt in meinem Herzen. Auf die Zweifel, auf die Zweifel, wenn du mich hörst. Fühlst nicht durch dich, zarazt do Todesschmerzen, zarazt do Todesschmerzen. So bist du meine Tochter, Leben, so bist du meine Tochter.
Okay, okay, I think we've seen enough. I think we've seen enough. By the way, uh, from what I remember, I don't think most of the judges turned around, and it's mostly because they didn't have a good idea what to do with her as, like, a talent. Um, Will is the only one that did, as you could sorta see. Will is, like, practically trying to crawl over the chair, because he really loved that operatic and pop mix, um, but he did not have any spots left. I think if I recall correctly, the very next thing, her next song that she did, because I saw, like, a couple of the videos. The next song wasn't really the best showcase for her, and she gets dropped by the the woman who just turned around, and I'm forgetting her name. I'm sorry. Um, and then Will picks her up because, yeah, uh, totally actually says at the end of this that he's going to steal her. So he in fact does. Anyways, I was expecting more of that, and I did not get that like combination yet. I'm still hoping for it.
L'amour est enfant de bohème, il n'a jamais connu de loi. Si tu ne m'aimes pas, je t'aime. Si je t'aime, prends garde à toi. Si tu ne m'aimes pas, si tu ne m'aimes pas, je t'aime. Mais si je t'aime, prends garde à toi. L'amour est un oiseau rebelle que nul ne peut apprivoiser. Et c'est bien en vain qu'on l'appelle si lui convient de refuser. Rien n'y fait, menace ou prière, l'un parle bien, l'autre c'est l'autre que je préfère. Il n'a rien dit, mais il me plaît. L'amour est enfant de bohème, il n'a jamais.
Okay. I have to pause because I have not been. I've been waiting for that big change, and she did she did a subtler change, like 20-ish seconds ago, and I was waiting for that full drop, and we just got the drop. So before I get distracted, so I've heard the opera that this is definitely based on before, and this is the sort of song I was expecting from her. Something that combines that operatic like concept and a pop song. And I got that. Also, welcome back, Yukin. Anyways, let's get back to this.
Si tu ne m'aimes pas, je t'aime. Si je t'aime, prends garde à toi. Si tu ne m'aimes pas, si tu ne m'aimes pas, je t'aime. Mais si je t'aime, prends garde à toi. L'oiseau que tu croyais surprendre, bâti de l'aile et s'envola. L'amour est loin, tu peux l'attendre, tu ne l'attends plus, il est là. Tout autour de toi, vite, il vient, s'en va, puis il revient. Tu crois le tenir, il t'évite, tu crois l'évite, il te tient. L'amour est enfant de bohème, il n'a jamais connu de loi. Si tu ne m'aimes pas, je t'aime. Si je t'aime, prends garde à toi. Si tu ne m'aimes pas, si tu ne m'aimes pas, je t'aime. Mais si je t'aime, prends garde à toi.
Okay. Since she's doing a little bit of a breakdown here before we get to the end, I want to pause just for a sec I said that this is combining operatic qualities because it's definitely based on an opera. We knew that right at the beginning. But I said it was like pushing it towards like pop. I would say it's not necessarily pushing it towards pop, but more like maybe dance music. It's definitely got a very dance vibe by the time that we get into the ending here. I think it was just passing through sounding like pop to get to that dance sort of feeling or vibe. Anyways, I'll let her finish this out. I'm not expecting anything in the last 5 seconds, but no, no. It's 5 empty seconds. Okay. I wonder if there's any credits for that. No, she did do the lyrics though. Uh, and I can tell you that it is in French. Um, yeah, all of that is French. My brain automatically starts trying to like translate the French when I see it like written out like this. Uh, Leah Moore, I think most people can get that. That's talking about love. um, yeah, I was wondering if she'd have anything else that she puts in here, but she doesn't really. I mean, you could have credited a lot of things in this video. But yeah, this is definitely more her style than that first one we saw. Because that first one from her was more pure pop than anything else with that horrible video. All right, let's keep going. Okay, well, this one is not as operatic so far.
Don't you settle this time. Don't you say your last goodbye. See it all with a light. It will last for forever. Don't you know that I've come so make time for you. Don't lay low, don't you know before we do, you'll fall. We fall. Don't you know, babe? You think it's a little forced when the sun don't shine, but you know it's not a race. It's all gonna be fine. Why you lie there? Why you lie? Why you lie there? You pull through. Don't you know, babe? Don't lay low, don't you know?
Okay, okay. I really need to comment on this, and I have not yet. Um, this is definitely more a pure pop song, but while she's not really operatic, she does manage to give us a little feel of that, like, operatic tone, which definitely makes it a little more interesting than the other pop song that she did. It's definitely not as unique as the last one we watched. But, I mean, there's only so many times you can take, like, an existing opera and make it into, like, a pop or a dance song. I think it would be actually really fun to see Claudillea and, like, Iron Mouse collab, because they both have that operatic background, but they do a lot of, like, pop and more conventional modern music. And Mousy put out her own, like, I'm gonna call it like a show tune opera, because it's not like a full traditional style opera. There's a lot of like show tune style elements to it. I think that's probably the best way to put it, at least. This this reminds me a lot of the same sort of thing, but not going as far, if that makes any sense. Anyways, let's keep listening. Don't you know, babe? Okay, this one actually has credits in it. She definitely doesn't seem to have, like, settled with, like, one, like, production company. Alright, alright. Let me go to the next one. This is an acoustic, so who knows what to expect.
Don't you settle this time. Don't you say your last goodbye. See it all with a light. It will last for forever. Light can't undo. So it's a little forced when the sun don't shine, but you know it's not a race. It's all gonna be fine. Why you lie there? Why you lie? Why you lie there? You pull through.
Sorry, I didn't want to talk over that because it was just nice to just listen to her voice. And I didn't really want to comment over that. Obviously, this is, again, using some operatic techniques, but is basically pop. So, and I mean, the lyrics are just basically, don't you know? I don't know if there was much else actually in there as far as the lyrics. I could swear I heard something very similar before. And I was wondering if she would credit something, but no, it's just credited to herself. So maybe I've heard like a variation of this at some point. Not that I'm conscious of, but anyways, let's keep going. And the lack of stabilization in this video hurts.
Lies keep coming. Yeah, we decide, but you silent. You let us down. You live one day. We will release you. I got the champagne ready to toast the day we see you on your way out. Got the confetti. Don't need to make this heavy. Just leave or we will have to do whatever's necessary.
Okay. We've seen some switch up here, so I want to stop and comment briefly. Sorry. We start very operatic, and really we start with just the sounds of the streets, because that's where this really starts as a video. And then when the music comes in, it's her voice in a very operatic fashion. And now we have what I would call like more like an R&B voice that she does, but it's a very low R&B voice, which feels kind of weird from her because usually she's very high, very high. I think like Mousy, she's one of those like contralto. I think I messed up the word. That particular type of operatic singer. And I'm totally blanking on what the name is. So hearing her this low is like very weird, at least to me, after like multiple videos where she's definitely not low at all. And she's like very quiet and breathy. So it's a twist for her.
Lies keep coming. Yeah.
Okay, okay, I have to ask, what is up with all the popcorn? Because that's popcorn just appears randomly. I mean, she was making popcorn, or at least I'm assuming she was making popcorn on the stove, which is is a little weird, but sure. But it keeps randomly appearing in her drawers and like on this candle, and it was stuffed into the vase with the roses. What's up with the popcorn? Anyways, back to the song.
But you
Mixed in with her clothes. What is up with the popcorn? I don't know if wine and popcorn is a good mix. And it's red wine too. Again, what is up with the popcorn? I don't get it. I don't get it. Not at all. Anyways, this I think is the last one. No, second to last.
I think it's a great opportunity for us. I think if we create some NFTs with some.
You think you control her? You think you can let it go? You think you control her? You think you can let it go? Woke up this morning, switching on the television. I can't listen to what they're whipping in the kitchen. Trying to turn us into robots, forcing in the chip.
Okay, is she now combining operatic singing with rap? Because, wow. Geez, I don't even know where to start with that.
Been conditioning us, worshiping like a new religion. Stop it, you trying to profit? You trying to steal from our wallets while you go line your pockets? Building up the walls so we knock it. Cutting all strings so we're no longer your puppets. You think you control her? You think you can let go? You think you control her? You think you can let go? Did you think that you could say whatever and we'd listen? Try to play on fear and spread all this misinformation. Keep us hiding while you go and execute your mission. Best believe your citizens are slowly gonna wake up. When they do the 1% and you are gonna be fucked. We no longer wanna play your games, you better give up.
I got invested on my off nights. Turn my hard life up with some car swipes. Vested in some Western protection, destined in alt-right. Boss like, road wasn't paved, shit, I had to carve mine and fault line. Start with my 40, I push the yard line, it's all grind. Rebel in silence, I do a lot of shit. I pilot script, deposit positive, but I don't politic, abolishing. Freedom for the evil and design, it's the land of consignment, but change when it's fine print. Blah.
You think you control her? You think you can let go? You think you control her? You think you can let go? Yes, sir, you control me now. We already just come out your house. Yes, sir, you control me now. We already just
Sorry, there was a little bit more. Wow. Yeah. Here she's combining operatic singing, rap, and pop. Because there's some like old school pop music vibes in there. Like late 70s into 80s sort of pop. Man, that is wild. I don't have a better term for it. And it mixes pretty darn well, actually. I'm kind of curious about the credits on this. She doesn't really do credits on this. Okay. This is where it would be helpful because I'm curious if like Armani White, who's listed as the collab artist on this one, might have been like helping to write the lyrics, especially like for her rap parts. Because as far as I know, she doesn't have any like rap experience. Like opera, pop, yes. Yeah, I'd even maybe say rock experience, but rap experience? That came out of left field for me. All right. All right. Let's listen to the last one from her. Why is their living room outside?
Great job, you really did it. Branded your mark right onto my heart. Each time I think I'm closer.
Okay, so it's just a wall?
To ridding myself of the scars. Comes right back to the time you turned your back after the first time that you took my innocence with you. You heard me cry on the floor each time you lied, saying that you love me too. You love me too. Hope you're happy. This is all I'll ever work my way through. 10 trips round the sun, done my work, still comes back to you.
By the way, if you're curious about the volume on this, I have it all the way up. It is just super low for the gain in this one, and I don't know why. It's definitely on her ends when they recorded this. So yeah, it's a little hard to hear this one. I like the rhythm, but I don't have much else to comment on yet. So let's keep going.
Trigger me home, desperate to breathe, bury so deep, bring me to my knees. Trigger me home, desperate to breathe, bury so deep, bring me to my knees.
Did she just kill a man?
Feel like my worth is tied up. I wanna be the main priority. When I feel space between us, there's nowhere to go but the dark. Brings me right back to those times you turned your back after every time you laughed. All you could from me, you'd say there wasn't any other way. We could never ever be more than friends, but then I made you he had fun with me. Hope you're happy. It seems I'll never walk my way through 10 trips around the sun, but my work still comes back to you. Trigger me whole, desperate to breathe. Bury so deep, bring me to my knees. Trigger me whole, desperate to breathe. Bury so deep, bring me to my knees. When will I find my inner peace? I'm in this broken part of me. I'm tired of lining up and crawling on the floor. Break the cycle, let me breathe. Hope you're happy. It seems I'll never walk my way through 10 trips around the sun, but my work still comes back to you. Trigger me whole, desperate to breathe. Bury so deep, bring me to my knees. Trigger me whole, desperate to breathe. Bury so deep, bring me to my knees.
Okay, that was quite a way to end a song. And man, the visuals on this are super trippy again. I they were telling a story visually, but I couldn't tell you what the heck it was. Yeah, yeah. I definitely don't know what that story was here. I liked I liked the rhythm and the flow of her lyrics, but it's another one kind of like that first one because it's again a pure like pop number from her, and like again, I kind of want to close my eyes and just listen to the music. I think on the radio, this would be great, where there's no visuals to like distract me from it. I mean, sometimes video can be a great emphasis for an interesting song, but here it's sort of just distracting from it. Like, I kept after that point where I said, "Wait, did she just kill a man?" Like the way he was dancing, I'm like, Is she now being chased by a zombie? How does that work with this song?" It was very distracting. Very distracting. It's not a bad song. It's just very confusing visuals with it. I don't know. I don't know. I don't have a good way of describing that. Um, yeah, the video is very trippy. Let's just put it that way. And I think that's it for her. Yeah, we're back to the beginning. Man, man, her stuff is so like hit or miss. She's got some like super catchy ones. Habanera and uh, Controlla are both very catchy. Very. And then you have like where she leans heavily into the pop, and I'm like, these aren't nearly as interesting. I think that like mix of genres is what she really should focus on, because it's what makes the best music she does. Um, I mean, Hope You're Happy wasn't bad, but it wasn't nearly as interesting as like Controlla, at least to me. I can't speak for anyone else, but that's my take on it.